Hey man, how are you doing?
Hey, Enzo, I thought you said your mic wasn't working.
Oh no, that wasn't me. My mic
That
actually
wasn't you?
worked. Yeah,
Oh,
that
good
wasn't
stuff.
me. That was number one. Yeah,
Oh,
nothing
yeah,
much,
yeah.
man. I
What,
have a question.
sure, how can I help?
Do you know maybe when the Dutch chat, the chat from the Netherlands, is coming up?
I will post it in the mods group and find out. I think it's more to do with the number of people that are interested. So if you shout out in the group, as every time you log in, just say, "I need Dutch chat. I need Dutch chat." Then
I did.
they'll
I
listen
do
to you.
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, get a couple of your friends on board. If there's a few people doing it every day, then they're going to have to do it. Are you
Oh
uh, are
yeah.
you very au fait with the project? Maybe you can put yourself forward as being a mod for the group.
I will try. Maybe I will send a video out also on my TikTok so more people join and stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's really the big issue is they don't want to open any groups that aren't modded. So it's really just finding mods that can cover the languages. But everybody there speaks really good English from my experience. No,
Yeah, that's true, but yeah, I don't
it's
know,
nice to
but
do it in your
it's
own
it's
language,
it's
right?
easy to have like a Dutch group with Dutch people and talk about the coin because yeah, I can talk English, but my English is not the best, so yeah.
Man, it's much better than my Dutch. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, thanks, man.
No, I've visited a few times. I absolutely adore the country. It's really beautiful, really nice.
Yeah, you've been to the Netherlands?
Yeah, a few times over the
Yeah.
years. When I was coming up through college.
Oh, that's sick, man. Which place have you been to?
Well, obviously the big places, right? Oh my god, my mind is absolutely blanked. What's the main city? Amsterdam, right?
Amsterdam, yeah.
Yeah. So it started in Amsterdam, and then we've got a friend that was at university there, so we stayed with her. And then is it Reykjavik or something like that down by the coast? Or am I getting
That's
confused?
I really don't know.
No, there was a really nice city down in, well, further south. How could it be down
Maybe it
south
will
and then close
be
to the coast? Doesn't make
Sandford.
sense.
Sandford.
I don't know. It was very very pretty. Lovely people. That was the crazy part. The friendliest people in
Yeah,
the world.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. No, but coming from me, it means it says a lot. I've traveled a lot, and definitely the Dutch are way up there on the list for friendliness.
Oh, that's sick, man. That's sick, man.
And especially for the Brits, a lot of the world doesn't like us. So you guys were so hospitable.
Yeah.
Whereabouts are you?
Wait, wait, what?
Whereabouts are you in the country?
I'm in the Netherlands, man. I'm in Arnhem, man. But that's like
Very
far from Amsterdam. Far.
okay. Okay. Nice,
Yeah, I
nice.
mean the Netherlands is not really big, but for the Netherlands it's far.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same as the UK, right? Like, if you get in a car and drive, you can get anywhere within a day. So I know what you're talking about.
Oh, you can get to the other side of the Netherlands within 3 hours. So
Yeah. How's Corona over there? Is it bad? I heard you guys
it's bad
got
at the
on.
moment, man. It's so
Oh, it's
bad
bad at the moment. Oh, really? I
because
heard
of
you
the
guys got
new.
on top of it early.
Yeah, that's true. But they did like open all the clubs and festivals and stuff, and there were like
Dangerous.
people who because not everyone is vaccinated here yet because it's
Right.
going fucking slow.
Yeah.
And then when everyone did go to a party, you needed a how do I say
Yeah.
that in English? A test.
Yeah.
You
And no
needed
one
to
was
test,
doing it.
and then when you were positive, you couldn't go, and when you were negative, you could go to parties and
Right.
stuff or festivals.
Right.
And I don't know why, but a lot of young people did not do the test, but did deliver at the entrance a fake, yeah, test
Wow. Wow.
negativity. And that's so
Wow,
sad,
wow,
man. I
wow.
mean, okay, if you don't want to be vaccinated, okay, but go
That's up to
test
you. Stay
for
home.
fuck's sake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or stay
If you
the
don't,
hell at home. It's a real shame. I see so many people in the world that are like, you know, oh, it doesn't affect me, therefore I don't give a shit about it. And it's such a simple mindset. And it's only when it
yeah,
affects them directly, you know, their grand passed away or something, and then all of a sudden, oh, it's the worst thing in the world. I was like, it was the worst thing in the world before you messed around with it,
yeah, yeah.
mate. Yeah.
But yeah,
So are you you got your vaccination or still waiting?
yeah, I'm vaccinated like
Nice,
3 weeks
nice.
ago. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice.
And,
Did the vaccination affect you for a few days or?
like 2 days, I was really, really, really sick. I couldn't
Yeah.
walk. My head was
Wow.
like that was not it was not normal because I had the Janssen vaccine. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, okay. The Johnson. Yeah, yeah. I heard
Yeah.
about it. I heard it's pretty strong.
Not no. Yeah, it's just the one of the only vaccines the way you only need one vaccination.
So it hits you twice as hard, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, for real.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had the double vaccine, and the
Which
first time
one?
I went down, Pfizer
Pfizer.
was the
Oh,
one that,
Pfizer is
yeah,
really good. Yeah.
yeah. I got the first time I went down for, like, as you said, like a day, and it wasn't too bad. And then the second time, I was just tired. I just wanted to sleep. Like, I don't know if my body was just using it as an excuse to take a day off, and like I think I just slept for like 24 hours straight, and then I was fine.
Oh, yeah, then you are lucky, man, because a lot of people here with, and especially with the Janssen vaccine,
Right?
you get very bad headache,
Oh,
and
really?
that's really annoying, really annoying.
Yeah.
For a few days, not only for one day, but for 2, 3, maybe 4 days.
Right. Yeah, that's tough. Do you get time off work at least for it, or do you have to make them
I
up
do
in
not
lieu?
work.
Or
I
oh,
don't
you
work.
don't work. Sure.
No,
Fair
no.
enough. Fair enough. You're just working in crypto, are you?
Yeah, it's only crypto.
Man, I tell you, the number of people I think that are now like finding permanent jobs online, and you know, just doing bits and pieces, and you can get
Oh,
paid,
that's
and the
true.
taxman doesn't know anything about it, and the banks don't know anything about it. It's more and more appealing every day, I tell you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't know if you were in the chat yesterday, but I was telling the guys there that, like, I went to the bank and tried to take out some cash, and they're like, "Oh, what do you need this cash for?" I was like, "It's my money. What the hell has it got to do with you? What I'm doing with it?" You know?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, who the fuck are you? Imagine trying to do that with like Pancake Swap or something. Oh yeah, I'd like to swap this for this. Why? None of your business.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, it
I
seems
understand
so
that.
foreign now to do it the other way around, right?
Yeah. But here too, a lot of people don't even know about crypto or something. Then you ask
That's
I'm gonna make videos on my TikTok, and I'm gonna ask, do you rather want 1K in euro or do you want
mm,
1 Bitcoin? But
I know which
most
one I'll
people
take.
are just saying, I want 1K. I think you are fucking stupid.
Real stupid, real stupid. Well, it's just ignorance, right? It's nothing to do with being stupid. It's just ignorance. People are still
Yeah,
seeing it as like a gamble, and they don't until they see a use case for it. Like, I can understand that. At the moment, we're still trying to push that it's a currency, and for it to be a currency, we need to have a use case for it. But you know it's coming. You can see it in the pipeline.
it
You
will
know,
come within
HSBC
50 years.
moving.
Within
Yeah,
50 years, crypto will,
man,
I think,
I,
replace
I think much
euro.
faster.
Yeah,
Oh, replace. Wow. Okay,
it will replace
that's
euro
a
and
strong position.
USD dollar. I mean, sorry.
Foo, foo, foo. You don't think governments will get on board and try and slow it, or like at
Oh
least
yeah, of
or you
course
think
they
they'll
will.
incorporate it?
But now I think they will try to slow it. But that's why I give it 50 years, around 50 years.
Yeah, yeah,
If they wouldn't slow it down and they would agree on it, it will be within 20 years. But now when this,
yeah,
yeah, because they don't like it, they get
yeah.
less power from it. So of course,
It's true. I mean, we between my friends and I that are all in crypto now, whenever we pay each other, you know, like, oh, you got dinner, let me, like, we used to Venmo, like that was the standard, and
yeah,
now we transfer in crypto, and so it is already there as a form of payment, but at the moment it kind of has to be between two like-minded individuals that are on the same, you know, wavelength. But it,
Yeah.
to jump from there to the next step is really not a big one, right?
And it's so much faster than like transferring
yeah.
money around and stuff. Because when I like, for example, if I want to transfer money to a friend somewhere in the UK, it will take
Yeah.
2 to 3 days.
Right.
But
You're
when
100% right.
if I have is how do I say that?
Seconds.
Yes,
What,
yes. If I have that, and I send it through
Trust
man,
Wallet or Pancake or
yeah, or
MetaMask or
cryptos,
anything like that.
it will be there within 2 seconds. So
Yeah. And no tax man's in the middle, no exchanges are in the middle. You're not paying fees.
exactly,
Like the
exactly.
fees on what's it called, BSC are nothing. They're just nothing.
Yeah, that's true. And even with big
So
payments, it's going so fast.
yeah,
It's not normal.
yeah.
And it is normal, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's as you said. Like, I get used to that now. Now I have to make international transfers to like make mortgage payments and stuff. And the bank that I used to deal with, it's based in the Middle East, and they've got a religious holiday at the moment. So they're like, oh, we'll be able to action it in 3 days. I'm like, it's going to take 3 days for you guys to action it. Then it'll take 2 or 3 days to pass. Like, it's just
What
ridiculous. Like,
yeah.
or I can chuck it through MetaMask, and as you said, it goes out in seconds. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I wish I think really much more people will get into it in the upcoming years and stuff, because it's still in their new shoes, the crypto world and stuff. But what do you think about Binance and stuff? About the trading against its users? And I don't know if you heard about it.
I've heard about it in passing. I haven't actually done any research myself. I just got home, that's why I just chucked on the chat. So I'll have to do a little bit of research on it tonight. I mean, is Binance going to be the end answer? Probably not. Just like Bitcoin wasn't the end, and then ETH's not the end. There's going to be we're going to continue to work to something that has a use case. It doesn't mean that there isn't uses for the other ones, but it's why the dev team here is working so hard to bridge across to Polygon. Not for that reason specifically, but the more platforms that we're on, the stronger we get, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You were saying something before, and it totally slipped my mind what I was gonna ask you.
I really don't know out of my head.
No worries. How's your Thoreum doing today?
Yeah, it's good. I'm for 60 days in the vault, so
yeah. That's
I need to wait 60 days.
Yeah, I haven't harvested, I don't think, since the very beginning, because the gas fees have been silly. And then I was like, there's just enough to warrant harvesting, so I harvested everything. And then there was
I understand you.
In the vault. And
I've just took all my Thoriums out of all my hot pools, Midgard pools, and I put it all in the vault. All in the vault.
Oh, you actually unstaked it. You managed to cover your in-out tax?
No. I wish, but the vault was for me a little bit more interesting. So
yeah, no. I mean, you'll definitely make it back. You don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I mean, we're advising wherever you stake, leave it there until the mining gets done. But if the new vaults are exciting for you, then jump in. I try and I've been trying to dollar cost average in and just get into everything that's new when it's new, because the APR is so high. But I'm trying desperately not to look at any of the old pools and think, oh, if I pull out of that, maybe I can make better, maybe I can recover. But I don't know.
Yeah,
different strategies for different people, right?
That's true. Yeah, normally I don't do that also, but yeah, those new vaults who came out, that was, how do I say it? It makes so much more profit, even like the coins that I stake here, how do I say that? They even increase. So so I get coins for staking, and my staked coins are increasing at the moment too. So
I mean, the best part about vaults for me, and why I went in so hard, is the auto compounding. You know, I've really been enjoying the harvest from the pools, but as I said, I can see that there's a huge amount there to harvest, but it's not worth harvesting. You know, so you've got to wait for it to accumulate, and all that time that it's sitting there waiting to harvest, you're not getting anything from it. Where I'm like, if it was just sitting in my wallet or sitting in a vault, it would be auto compounding, and I'd be, you know, making extra from there. So that's the biggest thing for me with the vaults.
Yeah, that's why I'm now in the vaults.
Yeah. Well, they'll do that. I mean, don't touch them now. Don't touch them until we finish.
Oh no, I will not. Then it's fucking 60% in staking fee. So no,
yes,
I won't.
True.
I won't.
Well, I mean, I was in talks with the dev team when and they, you know, they asked me about how long I think that thought the maximum that people would stake, and I was like, stick one there for a year. You know, give people a crazy APR and stick it there for a year. Let's see what people think about it. And they're like, no, people won't stake for a year. I'm like, I know that there's a user base here. Yeah.
I will stake for a year. I don't care. I will just put like maybe 1K in it and stake it for a year, and then come back after a year.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna push it hard, because every day I talk to people, and like they, you know, everyone doesn't think they're paper hands, but something happens, some new project, and you end up crashing out of something at a loss, and you look back months later and you wish you hadn't. And I'm like, don't call it a vault, call it like a anti-paper hands, like enforcement mechanism or something like that, and make it so that people cannot get to their funds for a year or something. I would chuck a bunch in it for sure. I mean, as a oh, it got disappeared. Hey Mark, how you doing, buddy? You just listening in? If you got a microphone, come say hey. All right, mate. How's things?
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Bodo amat.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Oh.
Can you hear me? Mr. You know anything about this coin?
Hey, buddy. How's things?
Oh, hey, this is only on the Pancake Swap, right?
You Pancake Swap, or you can do it directly through the site. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Pancake Swap or the website. I'm trying to go into the raffle.
You're trying to what? Sorry, bud.
The raffle, remember?
The Lambo tickets, that one.
The Lambo and money.
The Lambo ticket. So all you got to do is be holding $100 worth of Thoreum, and then you automatically get a ticket. You don't have to buy the tickets directly. It'll show up on the site if you're holding $100 worth of Thoreum. You can even stake it.
So if I buy it on Pancake Swap, I'm good.
If you buy on Pancake Swap and it's sitting in your wallet, then yep, you're good.
Yeah, then I'll be entered because because I already joined the Telegram group. Now I'm trying to. But the same thing, I heard some things on StockTwits about it. That's supposed to be the next. It's gonna be. It just came out.
Yeah, we're just over a month in, and we're a deflationary coin. So they're constantly burning tokens, so everyone is getting rarer all the time. And anyone that's holding them while we continue to mine is going to be doing well. And then as soon as we finish mining, it's going to go crazy.
Yeah, because I also have Everrise. You heard of that one?
Yeah, I know Everrise. It's one of the big ones for sure.
That's also a big one like this. Yeah, but I think I think you're newer than Everrise.
Yeah, I think the distinction there is that they don't have any staking or they haven't got anything planned for afterwards, right? Once they've finished with their project. So it's really just it's a bit of a gimmick at the moment, and obviously gimmicks do very well because it gets a lot of people excited. But there's not really any long-term plan. It's the same as SafeMoon. There's really not any long-term plan, and they're having to now build the code to.
I had a SafeMoon before, and I made some money with that. I should have taken out the money. I made a lot of money with it, but I didn't take it out on time. You know, they dumped. I mean, it's still like, you know, it's. I mean, they say SafeMoon's in, you know, maybe a couple of years old, but right now it's not the best.
The big problem that they've got over there is that they now want to try and expand it into something bigger, but they don't have the initial coding for it. So they're trying to bridge it across to basically an entirely new token. Whereas here we have the same tokenomics, but with it's already programmed in that we can turn off the tax and things like that. So if we wanted to launch a credit card or something, we could do it very, very simply.
I don't know if you have a symbol. Okay, I don't know if you guys have a symbol on stock twits.
I don't know about stock twits. I will double check it. I think we've applied there, but we are waiting for them to come back to us.
I mean, yeah, like I said, I think so. This can go like 10x, 100x thing.
I can't see how it can't be. If you have a look at the AMA with Zeus, he goes through the maths there, and it's really interesting to see what happens when we finish mining, because we've got no plan to turn the burn off. So all of the time the tokens are going to be getting burnt, and Thorium's just the base of the pyramid. You know, you're going to be staking Thorium to then get other tokens, and the only way that people are going to be able to get hold of them is buying them off people that are holding them. Right? We have no minting facility, so for sure, it's not a matter of if; it's just a matter of when.
Yeah. When someone sells the coins, then you get a share of something. You get 2% or something, right?
Yeah.
Distributed.
Well, you get reflections, but also what it does is it pumps up. There's an account that they call Thor, and that account is accumulating BNB all the time, and they're using that for buyback and burn. So anytime that somebody makes a big purchase, a big sale, sorry, it buys a little bit back and burns it at any given time. So that's one of the reasons why we've managed to keep the coin so stable. If you look back through the short history, there's this constant buyback and burn going on, and that's another one of the tokenomics that's so great that the other projects don't have.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in Everrise. I have to see now what to do with it. I mean, sell some. I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to say anything about those guys. I don't know theirs as well as I know ours, but I have heard people. I mean, the fundamentals is a little skewed in my head. Like the actual selling is quite tough. If no one wants to, buy, then you can't have two sales in a row, right? Like that's the whole point. So at some point, there's going to be a bunch of people holding. Somebody will sell, and then no one else is going to sell. So what happens? It just gets stuck. I mean, you might be talking years down the line, but it's a strange tokenomics if you ask me. It's kitschy. It's meme worthy. I can understand how it's taken off, but yeah, I think there's a fundamental flaw that if they haven't built in some kind of mechanism to turn off their that safeguard, I think they're going to struggle.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Even you heard of Fedge, the Fedge token, FEG token?
No, I don't know that one, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah. So yeah.
How are you doing? How are you doing over here in Thor? Are you in any of the pools and any of the vaults?
What are you saying?
Or are you just have you already picked up your thorium, or are you just
No, I'm trying to do that now. I'm trying to see what. You see, the problem with the pancake, you know, I'm in USA, in New York. Address and problems. It's not easy. I cannot buy directly. You know, the BNB. So I have to do. It's not easy. I have to do transfer from one site to another.
Right. Fair. And you've tried it through the website direct. I guess that's still basically connected to PancakeSwap, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I can. Yeah, but even then, it's connected to Pancake, so you need BNB to transfer, right?
Yeah. Can you
Yeah.
not transfer something else? I mean, PancakeSwap doesn't just accept BNB. You can swap something else to Thoreum. You don't have to do it through BNB.
I think USD, but you cannot. Like if I transfer Rise to this, I can't. First to the. I can try, but I don't think.
I think you'd have to set your slippage very, very high. Which what else are you holding? Are you holding anything else? ETH or something? Well, BNB version of ETH.
In Uniswap, I'm holding
Right.
Hanzo and
Right.
but it's not Uniswap, right?
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, tough one. I know you've tried VPNs and using a proxy to do it.
Yeah, I heard about that doing that. I don't know. One time I had an issue with that, but I think you can do that too, the proxy, right?
Yeah, it's super easy. I mean, I've used Hotspot Shield in the past, but there's plenty of free options, and all it's doing is just hiding your IP. So I mean, if you're going to be engaging with crypto and stuff, it's worth having that level of security anyway. So I've actually paid for like a full package, but they do have a free option, and it's just a plugin on the browser. You click it, a little green tick comes up, and then you can set yourself to be, oh, I'm in the UK, I'm in Europe, I'm wherever, and the computer doesn't know any different. So, and then you should be able to get access to it.
Wait, so if I do the proxy, I think this is something called Anonymous. If I use that, then I can buy BNB on a Trust Wallet.
You should be able to, yeah. The only thing is that if there's some issue with your bank specifically, like your bank won't let you in. But if it's just
my bank, they might detect it. It was from a debit card from New York. I don't know. Hopefully
yeah, but I've got a feeling that it's not on that side. I think it's actually on the I think it's something that is pushing out to your internet provider. So I think I don't think that the banks would notice. And try it. What's the harm? The worst case scenario is that it doesn't go through, right?
Well, I could do I could try online, right? Access. I don't think access Trust Wallet.
I'm losing you there, mate. Say again.
I cannot buy BNB from Trust Wallet online.
Well, we can. I don't know what the problem is with New York specifically, if they've blocked it or something like that. But you can do it for sure. You can buy it directly.
Okay, so on the website.
Sorry, BNB or Thoreum?
Oh yeah, I guess Thoreum you need something like a pancake, something to swap, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can get to PancakeSwap, but it sounds like you won't be able to buy Thoreum directly with fiat. You can't buy it with cash. You need to get your fiat into the system somewhere. So that I would, Binance is fine, or yeah, some alternate.
Well, let me try Trust Wallet online and try to do it. So Trust Wallet, trustwallet.com, I think, right?
Well, I think you'll need to set up you'll probably need to set up an account there and connect your wallet and things like that. But I can buy BNB directly from my Trust Wallet. It puts you through to a third-party site like MoonPay or something like that, but you should be able to do it through there.
Try buying. Okay, so, oh no, it says download. I had to install the IP hide thing on my phone.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, you'll have to do some research and find out which one suits you. But there's plenty of.
Anyone here else know? Let me see who. Ethereum.
Not many people in here. You might want to check. You can check it out in text in the chat, and somebody might be in New York. Or just Google on YouTube. There's plenty of people that if you put into YouTube New York trying to buy Binance, somebody will I'm sure there's a video that'll take you step by step through the process for setting up a proxy, and then and how to access it from there, and then come back here and we'll change that. We'll get that BNB across to Thoreum for you. That part I can help with for sure.
But Thoreum's having some catalysts coming up too.
Sorry, Thoreum's having some what? Sorry.
Catalysts and stuff coming up.
Catalysts?
Yeah.
Meaning?
Like good news and things coming up in the problem.
Yeah. I mean, we've got new pools dropping all the time. Once you've got some Thorium, then you can play around on the site. We've got new vaults. We've got pools. There's plenty of places where you can stake your Thorium, and then you get APR. So you get you can either get reflections just from holding it in your wallet, or you can stake it and get APR from pools and vaults and things like that. So there's plenty of fun things to do once you've got your hands on the first piece. It's not like SafeMoon just sitting in your wallet. It's you can actually do stuff with it. That's why we're SafeMoon 2.0.
It's a long-term coin, not just.
Yeah, 100%. Don't think you're gonna 100x tomorrow and be able to pull it out. It's definitely one where this is basically like another pre-sale stage. It's allowing people to get in at an affordable price, and then once the mining is finished and there's a rush to try and get these coins so that they can stake them to get something else, and there's not going to be an option other than to buy it off of the people that are currently holding it.
I need to buy this thing first. Let me first if I can buy the.
I think.
Have you heard of Gemini?
Yeah, I know Gemini.
Gemini.
Yeah, I know Gemini.
Yeah, because that's one of the things I use to transfer Ethereum to.
Yes, if you've got ETH, you can get it across to the Binance network, but you've got to. I think you've got to do it from the Binance homepage, and if they're blocking that for you, then they might be making it tough. Honestly, mate, I think the best thing you can do is step away from this chat and jump on YouTube and go through some of the tutorials. Somebody there will take you step by step through the process to get hold of BNB inside New York. I know there's people doing it, but it's a little bit outside of my abilities.
All right.
But once you got your BNB, come back here and we'll sort the rest out for you 100%.
Yeah, then all I gotta do is just buy the Ethereum. I put the address in.
Yeah. Yeah, you can buy it on PancakeSwap directly, and or you can do it from the website, and you can just hold it in your wallet and you'll get reflections, or you can stake it and make some APR. But you've still got time. Don't worry, you've got plenty of time. No rush. But yeah, find out the way to get it sorted. Got a few other people in here. Is anybody else got any questions or want to say hey, or everybody just happy to listen in?
Oh,
You're right.
oh, sorry, I just fell. Something I almost fell. Okay, it is okay. So.
Do you want to mute yourself? You want to mute yourself, mate, and then come back if you need any more input. Hey, Fluoride, how you doing, mate? You guys covering the other chat for me while I'm in here? It's difficult to do two things at once.
I just hope it makes a lot of money for us too. I mean, my way. Right there.
Are you chatting to me, mate? Say that again. RG, was that to me or was that somebody else? I'm sorry, mate. Yeah, I mean, when you've got some time and you've got some inclination to do a bit of reading, it's 100% worth reading the AMA that Zeus, the developer, put out here, and he goes through the maths of pretty much guaranteeing the success of this coin. And for me, that was enough for me to say I'm all in on this one. This is it's definitely worth it.
Hey, what's up, all of you?
Hey, Fjord, how's it doing, buddy?
Pretty fine, brother. Yeah. I was just waiting for lunch break to break out. Yeah, it was a hectic day today.
Yeah. Do you get some time off for Eid, or is that not a thing over there?
Sorry, what did you say?
Do you get some time off for Eid, or is that not a thing over there?
Yeah, we just got some time, like half an hour.
Oh, just for lunch. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty much it's my day trading here, so like the boss is here as well.
It's how do they let you? Your computer, I guess, doesn't point at anyone because you're always online, so no one must know what you're up to.
Yeah.
I have the same thing in my office. I've got two screens, so one's always on the chat.
Yeah, first one is always on the chat, and others like I have to just go out for taking up the mic.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it.
I was just checking some RPCs here.
Yeah.
I was checking some RPCs here if they are working or not with the gas issues. And this Alucard was asking in chat here as well. Alucard, he's saying his mic is not like working or whatever. Tell me some gas issues.
Oh,
well,
sorry.
Only one RPC is working right now. Like it gave me a $1.1. Otherwise, rest of the same gas, same way.
Yeah, I mean, we need to elaborate. We don't control the gas fees. It's
exactly. We don't control that.
But even me personally, when I'm looking at harvesting, I keep the gas fees in my head, and if it's not worth it, the thorium's safe. It's better to just leave it there and come back.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's a few apps that you can use now to monitor the cost of gas, so you can time it just right for when the price drops, right?
Yeah, I'm sharing some like link in the chat.
Oh, nice.
For checking the traffic.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's see.
Perfect.
And I actually got some reports from other older DeFis that they are now having same issues. Like there was a hypothesis that the newer DeFis have something like that, but that's not true. So it's pretty much BSCs and older master chefs, newer master chefs, whatever they have, they are all having some gas. Even the shitcoins having gas issues today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, we'll just leave everything staked for a couple more days, eh? And no disadvantage for us. It's only problem is if a new pool drops and we want to get in it, I guess, but it's still going to be worth it. If it's going to deter other people, then it'll keep the pools empty.
Yeah, just leave them there.
Yeah.
Okay. I shared the picture for our different recommended RPCs, and you can check the bscproject.org and RPC servers to find the endpoint, like how much traffic is there or how much.
Finance resource for RPCs. That's really cool. I'll have to check it out. I don't get a lot of complaints about the fees. It seems like most people are in the loop with what's happening, but it does come up periodically.
Yeah. Okay.
What you got for lunch today? Anything nice?
It's a beef steak.
Nice.
I'm a heavy eater. I like to have a big chunks of meat every day.
Yeah. That's fun.
Nice pump. Same person bought 3 times over BNB. David saying in chat, why these guys are not coming? The voice chat. Hey.
Each to their own. Some people are in offices as well, right? They can't.
Yeah, exactly.
They can't put a headphone in, so I can understand that.
And the boss is always at lookout.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially when we put the headphones.
Well, it's one of the good things about being the boss is that I get to watch for other people putting the headphones in. But even me, it's tough. It's tough to do it at work.
Yeah.
Who else is in here? Hey, Dwight. How you doing, buddy?
How's it going?
Hey, you've got a microphone. So rare.
Helps out, right?
Yeah, we're good. We're glad to see someone in. You just dropping in to say hey, or you got some questions, or?
Yeah, just coming by. I saw the chat was open.
Yeah, well, it's one of the things that we're trialing. The users have been shouting out for it. So if it helps build the community and it gives people a place to hang out and chat, we're happy to push it forward. So I'm glad that you're here. Hey, Holla. Oh, you were here yesterday, but I don't think you've got a microphone. Just gonna get tissue. Hey, Morognu? Is that how you pronounce that? Probably entirely butchered that name. I apologize. Hey, Antonio. Good to have you back.
Yes. How you doing, guys? I'm back.
Yeah. You're like a returning star of the chat.
Yeah, I always come back good time when the price is pumping.
Yeah, I think you're the one that starts it. Did you watch the YouTube video that we made of yesterday's chat? You're like a celebrity now.
No, I didn't watch. I was at work, but
Nah.
I watched it.
Ah man, it's not. You don't need to. It's the same as the chat we were in. But yeah, you came across really nice.
Yes, nice. Market is down and we are going up. That's good to see.
That's what we like to see, man. That's what we like to see.
Great
And
time.
have you seen the new bot that they're trialing so that we can see when Thor drops the hammer?
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, 10 BNB,
Awesome,
something
right?
like.
Yeah, well, they're just testing it. Don't worry, there'll be bigger drops than that once they finish testing it.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people want to buy now. They don't want a big hammer.
Yeah, you don't want to buy just after, right?
Yeah, they want to buy now before the big hammer comes.
And there's somebody listening, RG. He's trying to get hold of some BNB at the moment. He's trying to get in before the hammer drops. Been trying to help him out.
I saw some 20 BNB. That's good. Someone's getting rich.
For sure. How you doing today? You been up to much?
I just work and I just came and tried to see what's going on the market.
Yeah.
I see a lot of red day. Everywhere is red. Crypto, stock market, everywhere is red. Blood.
Yeah.
Just here is good.
Man, it's always lovely to have you in the chat. You're always such a positive force here. It's what we need in this community. We appreciate you dropping by.
Yes, thank you.
How many reflections did you make today? I know you're tracking them.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, last time I checked was the what they call it. The V1 was like 18,000, and the V2 was also 18,000. The V2
okay.
catch up. The V2 catch up with one.
Yeah. Well, so many people are looking for that long-term stake, right?
Yes.
I think it's good for the anyone that's got inner paper hands inside them. They know they can't trust themselves, so it's better to lock it away permanently.
Yeah, that's the reason why I bought V2 was because I can't sell. That's the big reason why.
Man, you're not a paper hands. I know. I can tell.
Because I missed a lot of chance because I sell always too early. Then I regret.
Man, I was talking to somebody else earlier. I can't remember his name now, but he was saying that they should open like a 1-year vault. Like, doesn't matter the APR, just 1-year vault, just to guarantee that we have no ability to sell, even if something comes, even if we want to, like, just lock it up for a year.
Yeah, because the most people in crypto, they lose money because they can't hold. That's the most thing happen everywhere. Nobody can hold. Yeah, maybe you hold 5 months. You say, "Oh, I hold long enough." Once you sell, 2 months later,
Boom.
it's pumping fast.
Yeah. Well, the bots know it, right? They know that while the hype is big, there's no point getting in. But they see the people selling, and they go, "Okay, this is the time." And then the bots dump a bunch of cash, pump the price up, and everyone's crying. Like, we've seen it so many times in crypto.
Yeah, and they tell on the Telegram that the coin is dead, nothing is going on. The team is
spreading
scam,
FUD.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're 100% right. And they pay people to come into the chats and cause FUD. You know.
Yes.
Not in ours, thankfully. Our mods are too quick, but we sometimes get raids, people jumping in and shouting stuff out, and I was like, "There's no way this is real."
Yeah.
No, good mod group. Oh, loads of people jumped in. Hey, Rake. Hey, David. How you guys doing today?
I'm good, man. And you?
Yeah, good.
Carol
Who's that
here.
talking? David. How you doing, mate? Where are you from? If you don't mind me asking.
Puerto Rico. I'm from Canada.
Puerto Rico. Oh, Canada. Nice. Got a lot of Canadian friends. Whereabouts in Canada? I should be able to tell
Toronto.
from the accent, I guess, right?
No, you can't tell. It's a mixed up accent.
Yeah. What are you doing in? Did you say Puerto Rico or?
No, I said Toronto, Canada.
Yeah. Okay.
No, David's from Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay. Okay. How you doing today? You having fun?
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
How's your thorium?
except at Thoreum, obviously.
What's that, buddy? I missed that.
No, everything is red except at Thoreum, so it's good.
Yeah. Did you see the new bot that we're trialing so that you guys can see when Thor drops the hammer?
What was that again? Sorry.
We're trialing a new bot so that we can announce when the Thor account drops its hammer, so we can when we see the price get pumped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you're in the chat, you should see it up there.
Okay. Didn't know about it.
No. Well, we're always releasing new products and new little bits and pieces like that to help you guys out.
Well, I presented CUs and some of the mods an idea that I'll be working with the companies. Let's see if they are interested or not. It will be something interesting if they decide to do something about it.
Oh yeah, have you got an idea on a timeline for when they would be interested?
Well, basically, I'm working with a company that mines gold. So the idea is to basically do a coin pegged with or backed by gold in some other way.
Interesting.
So something different. I know that there's companies that sell backed by gold, like packs of gold or something like that, but they just sell the coin and then they put it on a vault and whatever. But trying to look for something that besides changing the market, gives some stability of all the exploits and all that stuff that we're seeing with the crypto market.
Yeah, is that the plan for that to be a stable coin then?
Depending on what the guys want to do. My thinking is to do a coin, and the company that mines the gold is also. But it could be anything that the team wants to do with it. Obviously, it won't be as liquid as what it is like Thoreum coin is. Basically you can trade it, you can sell it at any time. But we can basically create the coin physically, and if the guy wants to have the coin sent to his house instead of having it on the vault, generating some kind of income, could be done.
That's such an interesting step. Like when everybody's moving away from like fiat and the gold standard, but there's definitely some people that will need some kind of something that they can touch, something that that's tangible to get them interested. So yeah, it's an interesting proposal.
Yeah,
sure.
so the idea is they can leave it in the vault and generate some kind of income stream like we're doing right now with Thoreum, or if they want to sell it, it's not going to be as liquid, so they have to wait a couple of days, because probably the actual coin has to be sold in a way or exchanged for fiat, so it could be liquid, and then send it to the actual person that bought the coin. Or they can have it sent to their home or whatever, depending on which country they're living in, whatever laws that they have that could be sent or not.
If you click on the Telegram group, you should be able to see the advertising Telegram account. You should speak to those guys, because we're always looking for other startups and coins that are legitimate to work with
Yeah.
in the future. So for sure, they'd be interested in working with you guys.
I'll tell you exactly who I sent it to. I sent it to CUs, obviously. He asked a question, but he haven't seen it. He's very busy.
Yeah.
Let's see what was the other person here.
Yeah, Zeus will never reply personally. There's just no chance. I mean, even when I message him, he'll get back to me in like 4 or 5 days. So.
Right?
Sorry, say again, mate.
The mod just not is from your team.
Say the name again.
Just not.
I have no idea, mate. Well, I'll tell you what. If you PM me,
Oh no, sorry. I
DM me.
sent it to the mod that has the name of Thoreum support.
Nah, that's still the wrong one. DM me, and I will send you the one that you want, and you can speak to them directly. Okay.
Okay, so what I'm gonna to why I sent it to Fury or to Mr. J?
Mr. J. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, so I'll forward you what I sent to them, so you have it exactly what I spoke to, and then I'll also forward you what Sales wrote back as a question, but he haven't seen my response.
Yeah, if
but,
you send it, if you just DM me, I won't be able to help you directly, but I will give you the person that you want to be speaking to. So if you DM me, I'll give you his account.
Okay, I'll do that in a couple minutes then.
Yeah, interesting project.
It will be something interesting, not just for Tyrion, to any other project around the crypto market that's interesting.
Yeah. I think we're right in that real close line between shilling, which isn't allowed. So we'll leave it at that. Eh?
Okay. So I'll let you know. I'm gonna unmute myself, but I'll let you know as soon as I send it, so you can read it.
No worries. I'll see it here. Thanks, buddy.
No problem.
See ya. Anyone else out there? How you guys doing? Hey, Mass. Hey, Noman. Hey, you were here yesterday. You still didn't chat to us at all. You're just listening in. No worries.
Yep. Hey, how's it going, man?
Hey, there you go. How you doing, Mass? You prefer Hyperion or you prefer Mass?
Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Are you in the States? That sounds like an American accent.
Yeah. Yep.
Whereabouts?
I'm out here in the States. Arizona.
Where? Arizona. Arizona. Near New Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did Route 66 a few years ago. I don't know if we hit it going that way, but I think we hit it coming back. We went down to Texas, and I think we came through you guys. Beautiful part of the country.
Oh, yeah. Yep. A little bit warm right now, but not too bad.
I bet. Fjord, can you mute yourself, buddy, if you're not chatting? He's eating a steak at the moment. He's very excited about it. How you doing on Thoreum today, Mass?
Oh, feeling good about that. I've been watching it, and I've been, I've been stocking up the last probably 4 or 5 days on it. So.
Yeah, I mean, every day I'm finding myself dumping out of another project to try and get as much in my bags before the mining finishes.
Yep. Is any news on Vault 3? Is that ever coming out soon, do you think? Or I mean, I put money in Vault 2, but Thorium and Vault 2, but
we were literally just chatting about the potentials for a Vault 3, because I'm still very much in favor of like a serious long-term Vault. Like, make me stake for a year. Like, don't give me the option to pull out. Like, I think people would jump at it. Like, I know there's a bunch in this chat that would jump on it straight away.
Oh yeah. And that'd be a very interesting one for sure, because my God, most people wouldn't be able to handle that.
Well, I mean,
So
that's
you
why
could have
that's
a
why we've got
nice,
the other vaults for them, right?
yeah.
But we can
Oh
see
yeah,
who
no,
the true
exactly.
diehard fans are. We can see who's
Exactly,
really in
yeah.
it.
So I think the the interest would probably stay up high on that one for a while, you know, and that would be interesting. Yeah.
I mean, I'll speak. It's one of the reasons why we've got the chat is the voice chat is to try and gauge what the users are looking for and what they're interested in and things like that. I guess one of the big problems is what do they pay us in once the mining's finished, right? If the mining gets done in 2 to 3 months, there's no there's no more thorium to give out. But I guess they put an amount aside for those vaults. I guess that's how it would work, right?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
think
So
so.
it's yeah, because actually no, now that I'm being silly, they set that up when they set the vaults up, so for sure they could do it. Yeah. No, that's interesting. It's I mean definitely it's not just going to be those 2 vaults. You can see from the pools. You might even find that there's more vaults with 30 and 60-day lockups. There's no guarantee that those are the only ones that are going to be released.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it might be like the Thunder Boost. It might just be a one and done. So they're trying to keep people guessing.
Yeah. I think after the vaults, I mean, the pools will still be good if you like certain other coins to, you know, stake your thorium in to get, you know, BNB or whatever, you know. I think those will still be good.
Yeah, and we got some liquidity pairs launching today as well. I think there's a Thorium BNB that people are excited for. So that's that used to be one of our hot products. So I'm glad to see that's coming back. That's been one of my favorites because when you lock up the token in the liquidity pair, you don't pay the tax every time you move it because it's inside a pair. So it is one where you can pull it out of one pool and drop it back into another pool or something like that. So I'm super excited to see those coming back again.
Yeah, I've never tried any of those yet. The LPs.
Yeah, they're super easy. I mean, it sounds complicated. It sounds like you know that it's a high entry bar for entry, but you can jump on YouTube and find out how to do it. It's super simple. I mean, it's right there on PancakeSwap where you click swap. The next button says liquidity, and you've just got to have equal amounts of BNB and whatever and thorium, and it locks it up in a pair. Yeah, that's it, and you're done.
I was wondering how it all worked exactly, but it's been I'm just still learning on a lot of the different stuff. But
no worries.
Yeah, on this end of it, anyways, on the Ethereum side of it, like on the regular exchanges, I've got all that figured out pretty decent. But coming over to this side where there's the LPs and all the different new ones that come up all the time, I've liked this one a lot. So
yeah, well, for me, it's just a matter of having as many baskets as possible to put my eggs in, right? So if everybody's jumping in the pools or jumping in the vaults, I want liquidity pairs. And as I said, once you've got that BNB and thorium locked up in the pair, no tax, so you can move it around as much as you like.
Yeah.
But,
there's lots of
vaults,
like tricks to it.
Yeah. But the vaults are and don't have any tax either, and with the auto compounding is super nice.
Yeah, no, I like putting it into that one versus some of the other ones, because once you put it in, it's all in there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep. Well, and somebody can pay for the auto compounding for me. I've got no problem with it. If they want to take the bonus for it, I'm happy for them. But I'm not sitting there hitting refresh every few minutes. But I know that there's some people that get a kick from it. So knock them.
And, I noticed that like on the PancakeSwap, when they do theirs, like once this thorium becomes more expensive per token, you can imagine like it'll be getting hit more often.
For sure.
If it gets halfway up there and it's $22 worth of value for something like that, people will be like, oh yeah, it's not going to go that far, once it starts paying out almost every time, then it's like
well,
the
pancake
doing
swap,
good even.
The PancakeSwap one is almost entirely botted at this point. Human reaction times, you just can't get in on it. The bots are so strong there.
Yeah, Yeah, I've done it a few, like I've got it a few times, but yeah, just with regular cake or whatever, and it's it's not really, you're making 30-40 cents or something. No.
Yeah.
And that and the values can change 10 minutes later to where the BNB was worth more or whatever anyway. So but yeah, I get it a lot.
Before you go into liquidity pairs, I would advise jumping on YouTube and just finding out the ins and outs of it, because there's a factor called impermanent loss that you need to be aware of. It sounds like a bad thing. It also it just means that sometimes you're better off holding your tokens in your wallet rather than putting them in liquidity pairs. But it's just a factor you need to be aware of before you do your base calculations.
Yeah, kind of like when you stake into one of the pools or something, or into any of those type of things. There's like a tax that you may pay to go into one of those, and it's like you have to have that. You should know that before you do it.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is that inside the liquidity pair, there's the two coins have to stay. They have to stay. There has to be the same value in both of the amounts. So if one goes up in price, they have to sell a little bit of the other one to cover to buy a little bit more of it. So if both of the tokens go up in value, then the actual liquidity pair token that you're holding goes up in value. But if they both go down, then the value goes down, which makes sense. But what's interesting is if one goes up and one goes down, you would think that's like negates itself, but it actually is the worst case scenario, because you've basically got close to 100% of one token and only 1% of the other token to even out. It's really peculiar. It's really peculiar.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm interested in all of that stuff though, so that's interesting to learn about for sure. Every time I come on here, I learn something new. So,
even me, mate. There was a guy Daniel on yesterday, and I thought I knew everything, man. He totally opened my eyes. I was blown away by the amount.
I think I was on here that day. He was on here too. I think I saved him or messaged him or whatever. And is he the one that was talking about like, oh, if you wanted to find certain, you can go right onto the blockchain itself?
Yes.
And he was.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
I mean, in the chat,
cow.
in the chat, I was just like, yeah. And then afterwards, I messaged him and I was like, man, I need to Skype you directly, because I did not understand a word of what you were talking about. But no, he as you said.
I mean, I don't know.
Still plenty
like,
to learn.
I'm not. Yeah, like someone like that. Like, it was interesting because I got onto one of these coins a little bit back, and it was a coin that you couldn't sell. Like if you buy it, it was like
that's so weird.
They call it a honey pot, I guess.
Okay.
Where I guess someone creates a coin and then they try to sell it off, and they say it advertise it, maybe even. And if you put any money in it, you can never sell it. Like it just stays there.
Got it.
Yeah. So it's just but that guy could probably look at the code and be able to tell, like, oh, look right here. It doesn't have the option to, and I was like, it'd be nice to get that smart at it at some point,
Yeah.
So you can't,
I mean, I did have someone that walked me through, because I was in a token that just disappeared, and like all trace of it online just disappeared.
Right.
And he was like, it doesn't matter. Like as long as you can get to this page, you can still withdraw. Like you don't have to go through their website. And I guess it's one of those things about being on the block, right? Everything has to have some level of transparency to it, which you just don't get anywhere else.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But
you're right.
They're trying to make it more and more user friendly, and taking away, moving us away from that stuff. I guess early DeFi must have just all been like that, right? There was no flashy websites or dApps or anything.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? He's what?
Oh, I was just going to say, he was probably one of the smarter guys I've heard talk about any of the blockchain stuff, or
Yeah.
like how you can look through that. Sounded like it was easy as reading a book to him. It's pretty cool.
I mean, I'll definitely. We launched a new YouTube channel today, where we posted up the day before yesterday. We had a chat that went on for a couple of hours, and there was some lively discussion there. But I'm going to try and catch him and give an interview with him that I'm sure will be a couple of hours, because the fact that not only did he know his stuff, but he was super bullish on Thoreum. Just really
Exactly.
Because I was like, man, if he knows his in and outs and he's all in on it, then
that's right.
Like
that's
I know the devs, and I know I've been with their other projects for a long time, so I know that they're trustworthy. But having somebody that's outside of it that's given that thumbs up is a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I mean, it has went through all the different, Certex and all the audits and stuff, and that I don't see too many of them that have 3 audits done on them or anything.
Certainly not inside of a month, right? I mean, they had 2 before they even launched.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And so it's nice to see that, there's a serious team behind the whole thing, and nice to see it's one of the few that are on this whole system probably that are worth it. So
yeah, I think the only thing that we're really lacking at the moment is one of the things that I'm really trying to push, which is the community. I know that the devs were super worried early on about FUD and people coming on and not understanding the process, and I really had to bring them around on. We need to get the voice chat up. We need to have a bit of community where people can come in and banter and not worry about getting banned. And we can't have this long list of, I was seeing people who were writing huge essays in the chat. It would flick up for 1 second, and then there's one word in the middle that's blocks, and they lose the whole, the whole message. And it just and people, as soon as you see that, people are like, oh, they're trying to what's it called? Censor me or something like that, which doesn't give what's it called? Doesn't leave a very good feeling, and people don't feel safe.
Right.
Something's up, right?
Yeah. But I don't. I this one's been really good as far as all that kind of stuff goes, because I've even seen as far as almost like people talking about the other coins or something and try to advertise here or there a little bit, and it's not overly crazy, but you don't see too much other than that being maybe like taken off of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's
people do have questions,
there's people that jump in and just have straight up FUD. They're just scams and this kind of thing, and I'm like, okay, if you have a legitimate concern, put it to me and let me explain why you're wrong. But if you're just going to come in here and yell, you're just doing it for, I don't know, kicks or shits and giggles, or maybe they're being paid to do it. I don't know, but I'm not having that. But apart from that, the other one is people raiding, just trying to get their coins out, and I'm like, guys, this is like, we paid a lot of money for this advertising. if you got a solid project, get it advertised. This is not the way to do it. Right.
Yeah. But that's the kind of the game that everyone tries to do a little bit, but we do a good job of not having a ton of that kind of stuff on there, and then at the same time, like a lot of people are there to help. I see the same type of questions come up a lot, like paying with ETH, here on iOS. That was me originally too. It was crazy. Like I wanted to stake for a while, but I didn't. I kept thinking, hey, why does it want $40 of ETH to stake? And I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, but it does pay out good. And eventually I was actually willing to pay the 40 of ETH. So yeah. But it was interesting though, because I was like, I don't even know why I need ETH over here, So I bought like $50 worth of ETH on one of my other whatever, networks or whatever, and sent it over to the Trust wallet. And then I went to go do it, and then it was like, oh, it's only $2 worth of ETH now to stake it.
Right.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I just got. I'm like, okay, no big deal. That's cool. It's only $2, and I sent it, and of course it didn't work. And then I did it one more time for like $2, and it didn't go. And I was like, something's up. Like that's. I know I'm doing something wrong. This
just don't know what it is.
So I got on the Telegram and asked. And I've seen that question come up like 100 times now. So now I try to tell them too, like, if you're on an iPhone, forget it. Yeah, you have to get it over to MetaMask and stuff, and
And that's the other thing is a lot of people they came across from SafeMoon. We call ourselves SafeMoon 2.0.
I used to be in SafeMoon.
Yeah, and a lot of people started there, but the barrier for entry there was a little high. But once you were in, you were done. Like you didn't have to do anything else, right? But here it's like there's now a new barrier for entry. You need to understand the tax. You need to understand not to move it and things like that. So there is a little bit of, and again, it's why I think the voice chat is going to be so important, because the number of people that have just jumped on here, and within 5 seconds we can be like, install MetaMask. You're on the ETH network. This kind of basic stuff. People don't need to be putting it in the text.
And so like I just I just thought that so then I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense, and then I got and I just went through the process of going over to the MetaMask and switching it over to the smart chain as well, and then it was staking away,
Where are you staked now?
I'm pretty much all in on right now on Vault 2, and I'm planning on
Vault 2.
Yeah, and then if there ends up being another dip, maybe I'll end up buying some more, and I think it's not bad even to buy it right now. But
like literally, I'm just waiting for
now.
Yeah. And that's what I've done. That's what I've done. I've got a couple of pools. I've got a couple of liquidity pairs, and I'm in both of the vaults. And that way, if one of them jumps up or down, it doesn't really affect me overall. I'm much more interested in long term and getting those extra Thoreum. So if you got it all in one place, you're either going to be really happy or really sad, right?
Right. Well, and I don't have to necessarily worry about it as much, because I know I'm not gonna do anything with it for 60 days at least, right?
And
I'm gonna leave it in there longer if it's still doing stuff. I don't know if I think they might be, I think they could definitely fund some of the vaults and staking stuff like that with the taxes and stuff possibly.
Sorry, say that again, mate.
How they were saying like mining will be done in 30 to 60 days, maybe something like that.
Yeah, that's the plan.
And let's say if the mining is done in 60 days, like you were saying, kind of like then, if you're in one of the pools or vaults, they'll still be, I'm sure, paying us. But I was saying they could probably fund that with other people's cells and the taxes and stuff.
Right.
I'm sure, I would imagine.
If you go to the white paper, there's certain things that they can and there's certain things that they can't do. So any money that's put aside into the Thor account, it's specifically built for buyback and burn. There's otherwise the devs could just pull the funds out of that and do whatever the hell they liked with it. Right. So that's why it's super important that they can't play around with those numbers. But what they can do, and I said it immediately after I made the mistake, is they can put aside, because they know how much is going to get mined during that however long, they can put aside an amount that will be mined for that vault. So for sure they could set something up. Now I was being very short-sighted about it, so they could do it for sure. But I think they're constantly worried that people want to get access to their funds all the time,
Oh yeah. Not with this one. This is this is the one I'm just leaving for a long time. And just see how it turns out. I hope it goes.
You're
really good.
You're the third person. You're the third person today, so that's enough for me. I'm gonna put it forward to them after I finish chatting, and be like, people want longer term vaults. We need that vault 3.
Yeah, I mean, just to make it even interesting, because that way some other people, it's almost like, it'll be a challenge, I think, for some people. Like, you know what I mean? So that's good though for the rest of the community. Like, if you can't make it, then hey, everyone else benefits. If you pull out too early, you know what I mean? And like that's kind of another. It's not really a gamble, but it's a like I don't think everybody that goes into Vault 2 will make it to 60 days. I think
you lose 60%. 60% if you pull out before.
Dude, it's nuts. I don't know why you would, but like some people are just, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe. I'd be interested. Maybe they can give us those stats.
That's why I think it'll, like that'll like if it was enough of a jump, like you were saying, like almost like a year, or like you said, maybe instead of 60 days, like 6 months, or like one of these longer ones like that, then it's gonna be I think it'll give people the option to because right now Vault 2 is your option if you want to stake long term right now. I mean, because there is no it even says midterm on it, but
well, there very briefly there was a Vault 3. It was accidentally released, so they've got other they've got other stuff in the plans, but I don't know what the terms was the period. I assume if the first one's a month and the second one's 2, it'll probably be 3, but we'll have to see, I guess.
Yeah, I did see. I think originally Vault 2 might have been 90 days, like when they were in beta.
You reckon it was like
maybe, and then the other one might have been even longer. I can't remember. Then they switched it. I was kind of like watching it as they were doing what was it called, the beta?
Yeah, I was going to say, were you in the Thoreum army when that was getting tested?
Yeah, I was watching it. I didn't get into it, but I said, I was going to wait for it to be on the main page first, at least.
Man, if you believe in this project, get on the Thoreum army, because the stuff that they get to beta over there, the APRs are disgusting. I mean, there's a level of risk, obviously, whenever something's in beta, and but so far it's never worked out worse for people. It's always worked out. They always make it good. And they really appreciate the support of the team that are working there. So if you've got a bit of Thoreum to throw around, it's worth jumping in there and seeing what's being tested.
Well, cool. It sounds good to me. I'm gonna check them out too. Yeah, I saw that and the raids and stuff that they were doing. I thought that sounded pretty cool.
It's fun. It's building up a bit of community, right?
Yeah. I just figured I just need to clear out a little bit more time, carve out a little bit more time first, and then I'll be able to, have a certain amount of time per day to do that too,
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, because it sounds like it'd be worth it. But,
well, again, it's
all right. Well, I'll just probably be listening in.
No worries, mate. Nice to chat to you. That's it's Mass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I was just checking if it was you that was talking or if it was David.
Yeah, right.
All right, bud.
Oh, that's me. Yep.
Hey, Jay, just in case I sent you the info.
Hey, David, how's things?
Yeah, fine. I sent you the info that you wanted, so just in case. So
thanks, mate. Did you? Oh, I'll open it up and I'll send you the person you need to send it to. 1 minute.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time. Appreciate the time.
David, there we go. This is the person you need to forward it to, okay? You got that, mate? Hello?
So Thoreum Marketing, you want me to send it to?
Yes, that's the guy that will be able to set you up.
Okay, I'll try. I'll send it there.
Yep, just copy and paste what you just sent me. Just send it there. They're the most likely to get back to you.
Very good.
Takes a bit of time though, hey? All right.
Oh, no worry. Thank you.
See ya. Bye. Hey, Eric. Hey, Mark. you want to come and say hey if you got any questions, or just want to drop by and say hi?
Hey, Mr. J.
Hey,
this is
Mike, how's
Rick here.
things? How you doing, buddy?
Just to carry on what you guys were just talking about with the third vault, I would like
Okay.
to see. I would like to see a 30-day vault. The reason I say a 30-day vault is it kind of add an in between the 60 and the 15, because right now both vaults are falling pretty fast, like the APR, as people are piling into both of them.
Yeah.
Right. So if we get a third vault that's in between, then it would kind of balance out a little more. So therefore, the APR will drop slower in these other two vaults, especially in vault 2, because in vault 2, the last thing we want is the APR to drop fast in there, because we're gonna be stuck in there for another, 57 days essentially. So if it drops below 1% daily, then we're at a risk of it falling below just leaving it in your wallet and getting the reflections.
You're 100% right. Just remember that the reflections is high because there's a lot of buying and selling going on. That will slow, right? As we flush out paper hands and we get the real holders, the reflections will not continue at the current rate. And if they look at dropping the tax later on and that, so the people that are in the vaults, I imagine that the people in the vaults and the pools will do better long term, and especially the dynamic ones. I'm imagining they will do better long term. But we'll see. You might be right. They're continuing to open new ones all the time. So I can't guarantee there's another vault coming, but there's definitely more pools, and people will be hopping around.
Yeah, and also you guys were talking about when all the thoriums have been harvested, what happened. If I remember correctly, in the Zeus AMA, he alluded to a new token that will be created to be what is going to be given out for those people who want to continue to harvest. I guess it's somewhat of a syrup type of thing where you would stake thorium, and then you would get this this secondary token.
100%. I mean, it won't just be that. I'm not 100% sure on how much I'm allowed to talk about this, but there'll be pools for staking thorium and getting BNB and getting BUSD, and then there will definitely be other tokens that are created, which you'll be able to, like as you said, like syrup, and on the Pancake network, it'll be the same. The AMM is talked about in that Zeus chat. No, it was more just I had a momentary slip, and I was like, once all the thorium's mined, like the people that are in the vaults, what do they get? But it's already set up when they set the vault up. I was being silly. Momentary lapse.
Yeah, that's good, because the last thing we want is once all of the thoriums are mined, for people to just sell it. They need some kind of utility for the token.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, were you in for Cerberus and Garuda, or are you new for Thoreum?
I was in Cerberus. Luckily, I did pull out before the accident happened.
Well done.
But yes, I was in there. It was just luck. I pulled out 1 week before.
So you know that they have a history, and you know that they know how to do this because they did it over there. So that for sure they can set this kind of thing up again. I don't know if the next token will be deflatory. It might be an inflatory one. It might be one where they can mint all the time as the block goes along.
Yeah.
But there will definitely be a use case for Thoreum in the network. Thoreum is going to be the base token for the whole network. But they've got big plans.
I'm actually becoming a huge fan of this deflationary concept, because I've been in quite a few other projects, the
Mhm.
inflationary ones, and
Yeah.
they all, they shoot up at the start, and then once they start falling, it's really, really hard to stop.
Yeah.
The same thing happened with Cerberus. When Cerberus was falling, it was hard to stop it,
Yeah.
and it appears to be different with thorium.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I mean, I wouldn't wish that hack happened, but it did put some perspective. It was getting to the point where it was just like, how big a gun can you bring out? Like, what percentage are you going to put the APR of this pool to be? And it was just people hopping from one pool to the next pool to the next pool to try and generate as much Cerberus as possible. But there was no end use for it, and every Cerberus that got minted, got minted, devalued every other one that was in circulation. So now what they want to do is they want to create one where you mine it, and every time we burn, the value of those increases. So it was blessing in disguise, but yeah.
Yeah,
but
I definitely
there are
think thorium.
there are
No, I was
other
gonna say,
deflationary tokens in the market. I mean, SafeMoon is the pioneering one. But again, they've just got this problem where there's no use case for it at the end, right? I mean, they're talking about wallets and being able to use it for a credit card and this, but the amount of coding that they're having to do after the fact to make it work, it's crazy.
yeah. When I first started, I actually bought some SafeMoon, not knowing what it was. I just saw people talking about it, and so I bought it, and I didn't know that I was paying, a transfer tax, and I didn't know selling I was paying a transfer tax. But then after everything started falling, I sold it, still not knowing that I was paying a transfer tax.
Oh my god!
And it's only now I realize perhaps I probably should have kept it.
Man, I was I mean, I was in it a little bit before, but I was just holding ETH and Bitcoin before, and then SafeMoon kind of drew me over to be Binance Smart Chain, and I did like the classic DeFi mistake. I bought in low, made a bunch of money, and I was like, yes, I'm going to be that guy. I sold, I made, what was it, 100x, 120x, something disgusting.
Really?
Made it. I didn't put a whole bunch in, so I did fine. And then it just kept going up and up and up, and I FOMO'd, and I jumped back in and reinvested, and then like literally the next day it just dropped off, and I was like, all my profits, goodbye.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to learn these lessons. Well, I don't think anyone's managed to get away without learning a few strong lessons here.
Yeah, once you sell, it's probably best to just stay out. I learned my lesson last year on a stock called Genius. Genius, it's a cartoon, and it started out pennies and it shot all the way up to like $8. I sold everything.
Wow,
I was so happy, doing backflips, and then the next day it started going up again, and I decided to FOMO right back in. And I put everything in. It went up to $11, and then they diluted.
Yeah. Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, they diluted, and it just collapsed, and it never recovered. It went from $11, and now it's like $1. So
yeah,
so I got burned.
It's another issue. It's another issue for sure.
Yeah. Now I have a question about the homepage. Just a few days ago, right before the launch of the vaults, you guys published the number of unharvested tokens. It was like 900 and I think 940 million.
It was up there for a minute, right?
Yeah, and then it seemed like the very next day it was yanked, like taken down, and now when I ask about it, they tell me, "Oh, go and check the Master Chef." But checking the Master Chef is quite a difficult task to determine how much is left.
Yeah, you have to be a bit of a savant to understand how that works. I won't lie to you. I don't actually know how to read it myself. I know that they keep giving us updates on estimates of the amount of time the burn will take, and the number does seem to be, decreasing. So I do believe it, but no, I can't actually point to you and say this is the place, and I also can't tell you why it's why they've removed it. So I will ask, and if it's just a FUD thing that they don't want it advertised, or if it might just be an honest mistake, I don't know. I will find out for you. Can you shoot me a DM? There's a lot going on at any given moment, and if I see the DM, then I can forward it on and get it to the person that's the most likely to be able to answer the question.
Yeah, because once we see that number, it's easy for us to calculate, get an estimate roughly of how long it's going to take when we track it on a daily basis.
Hey Milano, how you doing, mate?
What you talk about?
What's that, buddy?
What you talk about?
Oh, we're just trying to find out if there's a way to find out how many thorium there are left to mine.
Oh, you speak English?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. I like
what
English.
What do you guys speak?
I'm from Amsterdam.
Oh, very nice. I love Amsterdam. You speak French as well. Yeah, we haven't got a voice chat. We haven't got a voice chat for France or Danish at the moment. But you're welcome to stay here.
Thank you. Goodbye.
All right, mate. Bye. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, if you forward that on to me, mate, I will check it for you. Oh, there you go. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
If they won't let me put it out for any reason, I'm trying to. It's another thing that I'm trying to enforce here is transparency. So if there's a reason that they're not putting it out, then tell the users like what's the reason.
Yeah, because to me that's like the ultimate transparency thing with this project, because we're all looking forward to when all of the harvesting is completed, because that's when it truly becomes deflationary.
Yeah.
Right.
Off the top of my head, the only thing that I could think why they might not want it advertised is if somebody is jumping into something like a vault that has 2 months and they're advertising that they might all be mined within 40 days, then people might not jump on here and chat, or they might just instantly go, oh well, there's no point in putting money in here for 60 days if I'm only going to make income for 40 days. It might be something like that. But I'll ask. Why not? I'd like to know.
Now, the contracts, for example, let's just say you jump into Vault 2 and it says 60 days, but all the thoriums get mined before that date. I know there's possibility of, possibly substituting with another coin, but is it possible that they can actually end the actual vault prematurely? Like once everything is mined, they end
I was talking about this earlier. Maybe you misheard, or you weren't here when it was talked about. When the actual vault itself is a contract, so there's an amount that's allocated to that contract when they set it up. The coins have already been minted, and there's a big pile of them. And when they create a contract, a pool, or a vault, they put an amount towards that project. So it's not like anybody else can mine those apart from the people that are in that project. So like the coins that are allocated for pool 3 can't be mined by the people that are in vault 2. It doesn't work like that. So even if they're all mined and those vaults are running, there will still be tokens available to those people.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So therefore, essentially, you can have one vault completely be mined while another one is still have tokens left to be mined.
I will double, triple check, but that is my understanding. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And I know it's not as simple as that, because if there is a way for them to to do it with ratios and things. So it's not as black and white as what I'm saying. But fundamentally, at our base level, unless you're talking about investing millions, like that's enough of an answer to answer the question you've got. You're not gonna suddenly run out and not have anything to mine. But you might find that the vaults roll into the new project anyway. They might you might not even have to unstake them. I know that the people that were in beta didn't have to unstake their mined coins. They were able to just roll them straight into the active vaults. So it might be something like that, which would be cool.
Yeah, I was in the beta as well. So, and I left mine. I didn't take it out.
Right. Oh, so that's why you got rolled into the 15-day one.
Yeah.
Right. Hey,
yeah,
Khan, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing? You all right?
I'm good, mate. Are you sweating again today, or it's a little cooler today?
No, I'm still sweating. I'm sitting there with the fan on, so no, I'm good.
Yeah. How's your thorium today? You doing all right?
Yeah. Everything's everything's good.
Everything's looking rosy, eh? So the rest of the market's looking pretty terrible. So, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a big jump in users today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at the other coins out there. They really, I mean, they've got nothing on Thorium. Doesn't matter what coin you look at. They literally don't have anything close to what Thorium has.
Yeah, I mean, they're either inflationary and they're just pumping out APR and just minting coins every day, or pump dump, rug pulls. It's a bloodbath out there. It's really the Wild West at the moment.
Yeah, you know what? It's terrible as well because it really gives the whole crypto thing a bad name, and then people are just wary of investing in anything.
Yeah,
good or bad.
At the same
losing money.
Time, nobody made more money in gold than the original pioneers that went out there and mined the first gold, right? So there's a risk and a reward. Our grandkids are never going to have the opportunity to make the amount that we're making on crypto. It'll all be regulated and they'll every way shape possible by then.
Yeah. And
you're making mistakes, you learn from and you move on, right? That's kind of the way I see it. Every mistake's just an expensive lesson.
Yeah. Yeah, it is like the Wild West. You're right. It's exactly like that. And it's about like 20 new coins coming out on a daily basis, if not more.
It's not 20. It's not 20. If you go onto PooCoin, you can literally say, you can list by the number that have released today. It's thousands every day. There's nothing stopping you now from going and minting a coin. There's no regulatory board. There's nothing at all. Whether you can get that out to people is an entirely different matter. But I know people that have got clubs now where they're just like a poker club or something like that. They've minted their own coin, and at the end of the day, they all pay up at each other in the token that they've minted, and it's just their club's way of keeping track of the points. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's absurd, the use case when you start to look at it for these things.
Yeah.
And speaking of the kids, they're really the ones that are gonna jump on this because they've never seen money. I mean, you and I are old enough where we hold money every day, but they play Fortnite and they're paying in V-Bucks, and they go to Disneyland and they get Disney tokens or whatever the coinage is that they use over there. They don't even know what cash is, or they've used credit cards. And so for those guys, it's really not even that big of a jump. I'm just going to go offline for. I'm just going to go offline for 2 seconds, guys. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. I'm just going to order myself some dinner.
Okay. Anyone here invest on the pre-launch?
I did. I didn't invest much in the pre-launch, but I did buy a few. Well, you did too?
No, I was. I think it was a few weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago or something. It wasn't in the pre-launch. It was after that. But I waited for the dip and then I invested.
Yeah, we're still below the pre-launch, so you did it. You played it right. Yeah, but luckily, I didn't really start buying much of it until it had dropped all the way down to around 5,005. So that's where
Right.
I kind of jumped in. So my average is somewhere around 6, I guess. So it's not too bad.
Yeah, I was
But
around there as well.
so have
But
you
I
been
mean,
caught up in any of these flash loan attacks or anything?
any other one?
Any of the flash loan attacks or any of the exploitations? Like, did you get caught in
No.
any coins?
Yeah. Well, I got caught up in one and I quickly took out. I had a small loss. It was one of the Doge ones.
Oh, okay.
Although
Baby
saying that,
Doge.
I mean, I was in another Doge one which went literally parabolic, and I made some really good money on it. But there was one that, as soon as it started, I could see. I was watching the charts, and it was just blood everywhere. So I could see what they were doing, and I just kind of got out, and I probably lost around 25% of what I put in.
Yeah. I had a pretty rough start. I kind of got caught up in a few of those exploits. The first one was Auto Shark. I was in Auto Shark when that happened. I was in Caramel when that happened. I was in what's the other one? Bunny. I was in Bunny when it happened as well. So I've had three exploitations, and I escaped two. Like I had just left Cerberus when that happened, and I had left Ape Rocket when it happened over there as well. So you guys are right. It is the Wild Wild West, and hopefully it all stops now.
Well, I don't know if it's gonna stop. As long as it's not regulated, it's not gonna stop. People are gonna be doing scams, making quick money, but it's ridiculous. Like, some people just start the project, and as soon as the pre-launch is over, they'll tank everything. They'll rug pull it, and they'll make, like, whatever it is, a couple of $100,000 and get out. It's crazy. Like, I'll do as much research as I can. I check the code for any honeypot. I'll see if the people are doxxed. I'll ask them if they've done any other coins. I'll check the website. I'll look at the domain, where the domain's registered, if there's any name behind the domain. I do as much as I can, so I'm trying to keep safe. And as I said, I only got caught out once, and I sort of cut my losses quickly before I was completely wiped out on it. I didn't put that much into it because I did get into the pre-launch, so I didn't put a lot into it as well.
Yeah. So I try to spread it out, because it appears that, some of them are going to go bad and some of them going to do well. But so far now, my strategy has changed. I'm doing Thoreum a little different than the others, but the others, when I go in, I go straight into the LPs, and I harvest and I cash. I turn my harvest to cash right away. I don't keep the native tokens anymore, because even if they run up, they seem to go down and eventually go pretty much close to zero. So I try to sell the tokens as soon as possible. Thorium is a little different. because it doesn't appear to be inflationary. So I don't foresee it rushing down to zero like all of these other ones, but we'll see.
Yeah. I think there are people that are committed behind Thorium, and that's what appeals to me. For me, it's a long-term hold. I'm in it for the years, not just get in it, make quick money, and get out. It's a coin that I actually believe in.
Yeah, I haven't held anything very long, so I mean, personally, I can't foresee myself holding till next year, but it all depends on how it plays out in the fall, how the whole crypto market as a whole plays out in the fall, um, and then I'll see. But I'm definitely not going to sell anything before the fall. But I can't see
Yeah.
myself holding my entire holdings for years. It's I don't know, the crypto environment is just a little too risky for me to be comfortable holding it for so long.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but it does depend on the project and the people behind it and what their kind of long-term ambitions are. For example, you've got there's some coins that as soon as it pumps, I'm out. That's it. The first pump, it could be like a day, literally. It could be a day,
Yeah.
it could be a couple of days, and I'm out. The only one that I held for over a month is Baby Doge, and I made about 80x of what I put into there.
Wow.
But other than that, I'm usually out very quickly. If I make 2-3x, I'm gone.
Yeah, that's good. It's good because they always seem to come right back down, right? So
Yeah,
and
but that's just the nature of anything. If you're trading anything, because I come from the forex world, and even with currency, if it goes up, it's going to come down. People are going to sell. There's going to be consolidation periods and so forth. If a project is legit, it's going to have up and it's going to go down. It's just that it's more exaggerated with crypto than it is with forex or with stocks because it's so volatile.
yeah. And it's good to see thorium holding up on a day like today. If you see the market is blood red today. Everything is down. All the other
Oh, yeah.
coins that I'm in are down today. Not a single one is up. And except thorium. Thorium is the only one that's up today. So it's good to see that. I know they do have an artificial advantage with the Thor thunder. Because they could negate a day like today by simply using the thunder, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, but
So it's
you people have incentive to hold with thorium. You stake your thorium, you make money, you have your reflections, and the reflections are really good. You can just look at your wallet and it's going up. There are obviously everyone's doing reflections now, but some of them they're just you don't really get that much. But with thorium, you get quite a bit. So there is incentive for thorium to hold, and because it's so early, there's a lot of room for it to go up. And looking at the charts, and that's one of the things that I do is because I've been reading charts for years through on forex, and I'm looking at the charts, and the charts look very good to me. It looks like there's a lot of room for this to go up. I've even mapped out target areas where I think thorium is going to go.
Yeah. See, that I'm a little concerned with the charts when it comes to thorium because Zeus he can use the thunder at any time, so it's hard to use things like saying, oh, this a cup and handle or shoulder, head and shoulder, you know, sort of stuff like that, because it doesn't have a natural flow to it, because you know the thunder could be used at any time he wants, and he could use as much of it as he wants, you know. So I don't tend to look at the charts when it comes to thorium because of that, but I don't know if I'm wrong. You know, I don't know if it still follows a natural flow. But
Well, you know what? Somebody told me that when I was getting into crypto, because there was a friend of mine who's a really good forex trader as well, and he said to me, "Look, you know, you want to just kind of watch the charts and see if it follows." If it follows like the same patterns that it follows in forex, and no matter what people do, it seems to follow that same pattern. It's like, okay, if it gets to a point where it's going to go down, it's like there's going to be a trigger for it to go down, whether it's using whatever tactic the person behind it is gonna use. It's weird how it works, but the way that I made so much money on Baby Doge is because I kept following the chart. I didn't put it in there once and allow it to go all the way and wait till it went all the way up. I kept buying and selling at certain periods.
okay. Yeah, that's good then.
Because it seems to follow support and resistance. It seems to have certain patterns like head and shoulders. It follows pin candles. It seems to do everything that happens in a forex market or in a stock market with the candles. So I just, it's only everything is more exaggerated. So if there is a pin bar, for example, and it looks very bullish, it goes a lot more than what's normally expected in a forex market. It'll go like 2-3 times as much.
Right.
It's just everything is hyper exaggerated compared to doing charts on forex.
Yeah, I see. There's always, right after Thor uses his thunder, there's always a lot of selling. So it seems like there's a lot of people who are just waiting to sell on the Thor thunder. But I'm wondering, are these people looking to buy back at a lower price, or they're just trying to exit, or just trim? What do you think?
No, not at this stage, because if people are going in and selling and it goes up a little bit and selling, they're going to lose money, because you've got to get in, you've got to pay tax, and to get out, you've got to pay tax. So you're kind of you got to make a significant gain in order. I think you got to be like what
28% at least.
28% exactly, just to break even.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to do it with a coin like Thorium. You could do it with something that doesn't have that tax involved. It's worth doing it there. But with Thorium, you've got to be like 100% accurate pinpoint on everything that you do, and that's impossible for anyone to do, because if they can do that, then they'll be a trillionaire if they could play charts like that. You just can't be that accurate.
Hey guys, I'm just listening in. I don't want to break up your conversation, but just one point that you both might be aware of, or you might have missed, is that the Thunderhammer, although Zeus is able to pull the trigger on it, it is actually an algorithm, and it is based around stopping this kind of market manipulation that you're talking about. So if someone is in a position where they could potentially, game the system, that it will not allow it to spike more than that 28 or 24%, whatever the tax is on that day. So somebody could do it long term, but they would have to be bullish on the coin to get in low enough to then plan to hold long enough to then do it. And if you're going to be in it for that long, you might as well be in the coin, right?
Yeah,
but it
makes
is
sense.
part of the algorithm that is built around. So you will never see a spike specifically from that account that would be higher than the tax. So it makes it ungameable. I'll let you guys get back to your chat.
No, but that's great. That's a great point that you made, because that's one thing I've always concerned about is Thor going to shoot it up, say 50%, and then, you know, all these people quickly pull out and hope that it drops back down that 50%, and then they can then buy back in, you know. But if they don't go up more than 28%, then that's good, because if you sell, there's no way, you know, you're going to actually benefit by selling and trying to buy lower.
The coin is built for the long-term holder. There's no advantage for him or any of us to pump it so that somebody can dump it and sell out. So they're smart guys. They know the maths. They're never going to allow a pump from their side. If it comes naturally from the market, that's an entirely different thing. But the algorithm will never allow that to happen.
Question about, you see how on Thorium you can have multiple vaults, multiple pools with the same token. I've never seen that anywhere else, and I guess that is a marketing thing for Thorium. But is that something Thorium developed, or is this something that is like an open source project that Thorium is actually using?
It's 100% been built by the team here too, and it was the first of its kind that we're aware of. No one was able to produce that, but it's all based off of the new Master Chef that they're using. It's an incredible piece of kit, to be honest with you, and it's allowing us to do a lot of the stuff. You know, no one else is able to implement tax and then crank it up or crank it down or turn it off later on. You know, if we want to, SafeMoon at the moment, they're trying to bring out their credit card, but the problem is that how can you go to the shop and buy, you know, dinner and then get charged 10% for reflections to go to other people, and they're now trying to implement their off switch after the fact. It's, you know, closing the door after the horse has gone. Whereas we've got it right from the get-go. So if tomorrow we want to turn off the tax, we can, or we can just, as you can see from the pools, you know, the vault, we turned it off for the vault, we turned it off for the Thunder Boost. So if later on we want to launch a credit card and we just want it to be an actual currency, we have that ability. There's nothing stopping us right from the get-go. It's already hardwired into the Master Chef there.
Do you have the ability to turn off the transfer tax on purchases? For example, after all the tokens are mined, if you go onto, you know, Binance or other major centralized exchanges, I'm not saying that this should be done, but do you have the ability to cancel the purchase tax, the transfer tax on purchase, and only have it on sales?
We 100% do. Yeah, we can turn it off. We can turn it off partially. We can up it on one side and not on the other. It's entirely doable. At the moment, there is absolutely no case for doing it. Really, the burn is what supercharges that Thor account. And you guys were talking before about the Thor hammer, but there's actually a constant buyback and burn going on within the project. Every time somebody makes a sale of 1,000 plus thorium, there's actually a small portion that gets bought back instantaneously and then burnt immediately. So that's one of the reasons that we're getting the stability that we're seeing, is because every time that there's someone trying to attack the value, there's this invisible hand that's constantly, you know, supporting us back up again. So later on down the line, that's going to be very important for us when the circulation really does start to drop off, is having that support level there, and having the tax at that point is going to be really important, because that, you know, that's how we're going to raise the value. If you look at the AMA from Thor, from Zeus, he's very clear that the way that he's going to make you know, the real holders millionaires is through the tax that's implemented. So he's not looking at changing it anytime soon.
Yeah. Now, I notice sometimes when I look at the transaction history, I see some fixed price purchases repeated every few minutes. Is that the buyback and burn that you're referring to?
So,
for example, it might be like, sorry, it's gonna be sometimes it'll be like, say, $6.50 worth of transactions, and it's just happening repeatedly every few minutes.
So if you're looking at PooCoin, for example, to get your information, there are glitches on that where I think it's to do with purchases through exchanges or something like that, where or it might just be a UI glitch, but you'll sometimes see that the same transaction goes through 2 or 3 times on there when it's actually only one transaction. So that's quite often. The second one is bots. It's obviously, you know, these guys are smart and they write these programs, and a lot of them will have fixed amounts to buy and sell at certain price points or over a certain, especially if they're looking to pump a coin, right? It's much better to, you know, deposit a certain amount every few minutes rather than just dumping a large amount in if they're trying to stimulate something. So you sometimes see it from that. But you're 100% right. The Thor account does work in a similar way. If somebody makes 10 sales over the course of an hour and each one is the same amount, it makes sense that there's going to be 10 purchases of the same amount over the same hour. So it's not always him, but you can check. That's the great thing about DeFi. You can go into that Thor account, you can have a look at the transactions, and you can see which ones are his. And you can see how much is going out of there at any given moment. So it's super exciting to see how it works. We don't release the exact algorithm for it because we don't want people to be able to manipulate it, but it is all there. You can guesstimate it for yourselves.
Yeah, I haven't figured out what his wallet is yet. Once I know his wallet, then I'll start looking at it. But when I jumped on the chat, you were telling someone that you're implementing a new feature that lets you see when Thor drops his hammer, and it's already there, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, well, it's so we're talking about 2 different things. The buyback and burn is constant; that won't be advertised. But as part of that algorithm, there are periods where huge amounts get purchased all at once, and it's obviously to stimulate the value of the token and to get the user base jumped up, and you know, these kinds of things. But they were trialing it earlier today. Let me just go back through the pinned messages because I felt like there was one. Yeah, if you go back 3, Thoreum support. Thor just released his Thunder. We're working on a bot that will announce each one. Thor just released his Thunder with 10 BNB, brought 347,000 Thorium and burned them. Total burn 90 million or $640,000. So it's there, and you can even you can check the BSC. You can check the BSC. So if you want to know what that account is, you can get it from there very quickly.
Okay, I see it. Right, I see the pin message now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if I've been chatting to you guys, so I haven't been able to jump in the mod chat to see how it's going, but I believe it's that they're super keen for it. Let me just jump in the mod chat and see if anyone said anything. No, nothing. No updates. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right.
but that'll be a great facility, because that's you know, I think that's something that will get the community really hyped. As if I mean, at the moment, a lot of the strikes have been huge amounts, 100 BNB here, like kind of things. But I'd like to see smaller amounts spread over, you know, a couple of hours and really get people pumped for it. Is that you off then, mate?
Sorry.
Oh, so I cut someone off and it sounded like they were making an exit.
Oh, right. Did we advertise on BTOC by any chance?
Yes, it's just gone up. I think it went up yesterday. Again, check the pin, but it was a big announcement there. Super excited.
Okay.
Yeah, that was they were very strict about their requirements, but we absolutely blasted through them, flying colors. So
yeah, it's quite expensive as well, isn't it?
I'm not privy to that